G'day team, Neil from Fitness Enhancement here, and I want you to ask yourself a question. When it comes to your health, when it comes to your fitness, and when it comes to your training, have you ever used the excuse, I don't have time to train? There's not enough hours in the day, I've got too much to do, I'm too busy, I do not have time to train. Well guys, I've got news for you. Through the powers of basic mathematics, I'm going to prove to you that you have more than enough time to train not less than 3 hours in any given week. We're talking 3 lots of 1 hour training sessions in any given week with time to spare. So team, the last time I checked, there was 7 days in a week and 24 hours in a day. 7 times 24 gives us a grand total of 168 hours in any given week. Now, we all need to sleep. So let's assume that like all average human beings, you're sleeping 8 hours a night. If you're sleeping anything more than 8 hours a night, then I suggest you take the advice of my hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and learn to sleep faster. Okay? 8 hours of sleep a night, 8 hours times 7 days in a week, that's 56 hours of sleep in a week. Rightio guys, so 168 hours in the week, taking away 56 hours of sleep, that still leaves us a grand total of 112 hours in the week. But Neil, I have to go to work. Absolutely, understandable. And let's assume that you are a raging workaholic. Let's assume that you're working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, every week. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Now I doubt there's very few of you out there who are actually banging in those sorts of hours. Let's just for a moment assume that you are one of those people and you're working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week is 71. So, we've got 112 hours left. We're taking 71 hours out of it. Rightio, quick, get the wheels turning. That leaves us a grand total of 40 hours in the week. So, we're sleeping 8 hours a night, we're working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, still got 40 hours left in the week. But Neil, I've got personal admin to do. I've got to pick the kids up from school, I've got to make lunches, I've got to cook dinner, I've got shopping to do, I've got to vacuum. You know, I've got admin coming out of my ears. 100% you do. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's assume that you do 3 hours of admin 7 days a week. 3 hours of admin every day. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're picking the kids up. You are doing 3 hours of admin every single day on top of your 12-hour workday, 6 days a week. So, 3 hours a day, 7 days a week is another 21 hours. So, 40 hours minus 21 hours still leaves 19 hours in the week. 19 hours, that's almost a full day that you still have left over, assuming that you're still working 12 hours a day, 6 times a week, and doing 3 hours of admin 7 days a week. You still have 19 hours a week left over. Guys, next question. What are you doing with that other 19 hours? How much time do you spend on Facebook? How much time do you spend surfing the net? Are you up to date with every show on Netflix? Guys, you need to ask yourself these questions and answer honestly, because 19 hours a week, that's a lot of time, and chances are that amount of time is actually significantly higher if you're not working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Now team, to put this into even more perspective, 3 hours a week is what we're asking here. 3 1-hour training sessions out of a week. 3 hours out of your original 168 hours is just 1.7%. 1.7% of your week. If you can't find 1.7% of your week to improve your health and to improve your fitness, then perhaps you should stop saying, I don't have time to train, and change it to, I don't want to train. So team, now that we have completely lifted the lid on the myth that you don't have time to train, and we've proven beyond a shadow of doubt through the powers of basic mathematics that yes, you do in fact have time to train, The next question you're probably thinking to yourself is, well, how do I manage my time so that I can fit in training? Good question, glad you asked it. So guys, the next video we've got coming up in due course, I'm going to be talking a little bit about time management. I'm going to be talking about the principles and techniques that I use, and by I mean the techniques and principles that I've shamelessly stolen from a bunch of other people. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of today. Feel free to throw some comments below, and I'll see you soon.